Alright, so for my project, I created a simple 2D console platformer game. Basic inspiration was early Mario. There was a little misunderstanding of what my actual criteria was that I was allowed to use in the beginning of the course for my first week. Learning from those mistakes, I was able to take the code that I'd already used and took out the things that I was not allowed to use and just reformat it so that it would work for this game. Learning how to use Obsidian was completely new for me. I've never used Obsidian before. Using GitHub was not a completely new experience because we used it the last couple months in our other classes. So I do have a little bit of experience with those. Troubleshooting has always been an issue with me, but I think it's more of a patience issue and less of a understanding issue. I do feel like I've taken steps to work on that. Now for development, I initially started off with my base classes, started creating those. Created a intro beginner level, which was in my previous video, to make sure that I could actually test out player movement and everything else like that, and make sure I had gravity. And then installed my pickups, and all the logic behind my game loop, so that way I could make sure that everything was functioning correctly. I'm going to go ahead and show some of the gameplay here. If you notice, this is the main menu. I did give it a new title, gave it a little blurb there. Based on choice, want to let you start, space to begin. I smoothed out the movement and the game loop program so that way it updates differently now. Pickups will show you your score and you have your controls down in the bottom. G is your goalpost, E is your enemy. There are two different ways to win the level. You can land on the goal and then onto the second level. So in this one I'll demonstrate the second win condition. As you see, now we're at 20 points when we only had 10 to begin with. Come back around over here. Picking up all the pickups will also let you finish the game. This is the third one. And there's the end screen. Now if we restart back from level 1, if we go into it, I do have a loss condition that I built originally, so that way there is a win and a lose condition, because if there's no way to lose, you just keep playing. Let me do it on the second level. It's a little easier to get to the enemy there. So from here, if you hit the enemy, you die. And there's the ending screen. So you can hit R to restart, and that restarts you back at the exact same level that you were already on. So it's fairly simple. I did feel a little rushed because of my mistake. I wish I would have been able to get more planning done from the first week into the second week. That way I could have had more to build on. But that is my 2D platformer game. Thank you.